Hello, everyone, and welcome to this special episode. It's not a regular episode of the ArtaCast, so it will have no number. And yeah, we have an exciting announcement, hopefully to make for you all. We get an own reveal. This week we will have no regular episode of the ArtaCast because we are all I'm a bit busy and we are on holidays and stuff. But we have this maybe even better episode for you listeners because like we get our own card reveal, and I think it's how can I say, it's a good one. It's for sure means something, I would say. How would you say it, LD?
Yeah, I'd agree. I mean, it's a step up for us from our reveal last time,
Yeah,
which was
that's true. Yeah,
the interesting thing about our reveal last time when we had the Mouse Queen, the
yeah.
the 3/6 vanilla from set 8. Um, I then immediately after that spoiler season went and played at the UK Games Expo, and the Friday, I want to say, yeah, Friday event was sealed, and I had two Mouse Queens in my sealed pool, and it was so good in
Yeah, in
the
limited,
four
it's
cost Inkable 3/6 is
yeah.
really good in limited. So I was like, I really enjoyed that. Actually, like this card is obviously like by definition very basic, um but I actually got to play with it and have fun with it. So yeah, even though that our last reveal was a pretty basic card, I'm glad that I actually had that experience of I can say that I won some games with it, which is great. A really nice feeling. But yeah, this one is a bit of a step up. We've got a rare this time around. And yeah, what do you think? Should we
Oh,
just reveal
we
and
should
start
just
talking?
reveal. We should just reveal. And
Yeah.
it's set one, Captain Hook. I think some of you will remember I think it was played a bit in set one. Not too
Yeah,
much,
at the
but a
very
bit.
start.
Yeah, a bit it was played. But the more meaningful thing about him is obviously that we probably, I would just guess, it would be really weird if he don't get the other card as a reprint that is, um, combined to him, you could say. And this other card is like a meaningful card, I would say. Fire the Cannons
Yeah,
is a evergreen, um, and not the most
yeah, it
surprising
is.
card to reprint because it's like very, you could say, very refer to like the steel. How can you say, the steel core identity? I would say so. Makes
Yeah,
total sense to
it's
me. Yeah.
it's a very logical reprint, and it was a card that I called out when we were doing our predictions
Mm-hmm.
episode as something that I wanted to see back because yes, some of the steel removal is like a little too powerful, and there are debates about which bits should be reprinted, which bits shouldn't. But Fire the Cannons is a very balanced card
Yeah.
that at times is unplayable and at times is a really valuable tool for helping you um, make sure you've got strong early interaction for very aggressive game plans. It's been a consistent tool for taking out Diablos whenever Diablo decks have started to sort of get a little bit out of control, and same's true for the sort of like recently piglet aggro decks, those sorts of things. Fire the Cannons becomes a really valuable tool again. I played with three this last weekend in my set champs, was super glad I had a bunch of them. So yeah, really happy to see that card return, and I think we could pretty safely say that it's returning. I know not to lift the veil too much and give too much behind the scenes, but obviously when you are tasked with revealing a card that refers to another card, there are quite strict rules about when you can reveal that so you don't ruin the other person's reveal. So I really hope we all did it on the right day, both sides of this deal,
Yeah.
and we didn't spoil anyone's spoiler.
I
If
just
you're
thought
seeing this,
maybe we get another
it,
Fire the Can, like a different one, but I think we get the same.
ooh,
I don't
well, I
know.
mean that's a really interesting thought. That is
Um,
very interesting. I would imagine they can't print cards with identical names for the purpose of deck registration, right? Like, what would you do if you wanted to play an Infinity
yeah,
tournament with both of
yeah.
them in
Well,
your
that's
deck?
true. That's true. Yeah, or you can just choose one out of these then. But it's like, I would just, um, expect that it's not the case. That it's the set
Well, it
one
would be a
card.
very interesting turn of events if it was, but I like the way you're thinking. Yeah, I certainly wouldn't be mad at a few surprises like that. But if it's just fire the cannons returning, as we say is like probably most likely, then I think that's good news for the game. And
Yeah.
as the format gets powered down, it's very hard to imagine us going back to an environment that is similar power level to set one, when that was the only time when this card really saw play. But we are taking a step down in power level. This card right now going into in the set 8 environment is not something people are looking at. But we have to see the power level of the format, right, and where we're at. My first guess would be maybe this is still a pretty specific role player that doesn't see a huge amount of competitive play, but
Probably
just
not,
having
yeah.
that option to recur fire the cannons, it's pseudo card draw, and it seems like a lot of the draw engines are getting pretty powered down. So it's a reasonable little value interaction that could find a place somewhere. I certainly wouldn't be shocked to see someone experimenting with it a little bit, especially pirate subtype matters, captain subtype matters.
Yeah,
It's
I would love
yeah,
maybe seeing them like maybe push him a bit, like make him
yeah,
inkable or make him a bit but yeah, I think it's
yeah. I thought
it's
similar.
probably too niche, yeah. Just the uninkability really kills this card. Probably in most competitive decks, I would say.
Yeah, well, I had a very similar thought where it makes sense that for the first reprint type set they play it relatively safe, and it is just a straight up matter of, well, these cards exist, we will reprint them
Mhm.
exactly as they are. But as we move on and we see further sets of this kind of type and structure post rotation, I'd love to see a bit of pushing like that. Sorry, that was my first thought was, can we try this card inkable? Because
Mhm.
it didn't quite get there at uninkable. Inkability could be a big difference maker, and suddenly you're looking at a very different card. Without really, it's not something where having functionally 8 copies of it in Infinity would be a threat to the format, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
There is scope to push them a little bit. So yeah, I'd love to see it. Sorry, I'd love to see a little of that moving forward.
Yeah. Yeah, but nice. I think we got a good one. I feel honored to have a good, yeah, to have a meaningful reveal this time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
tell
It's
me
really
what you,
exciting.
how would you say? Tell us how you think about it. Do you think, in the comments, do you think it's a good reprint to reprint? Yeah, more maybe more the other card, to reprint Fighter Cans, or what do you think about it? That would be really cool to hear. What do you think? And yeah, I think we have done with that, right?
Yeah, I think let's wrap it up there. Like we say, short special episode this week just to give our reveal.
Yeah.
We we have our set reveal date, and it falls right in the middle of vacation. So apologies for not talking for longer, like you say,
Yeah.
and giving the full episode. But yeah, hopefully you guys
But
enjoyed the reveal, and
we
yeah,
have pull
we'll be
back
back soon.
next week, and then I think we will nearly have all cards revealed. So I
Yeah,
think that will be very exciting
yeah, it
and
should
a
be a
lot to
very
talk
big one
about.
next week. Like you
Yeah.
say, that by the time we come back and record again, there will be a lot of things
Yeah.
revealed, and we'll have a pretty solid handle on how things are going to look moving forward. So I imagine we'll go for 5 or 6 hours. What do you think?
Yeah, like 12 to 13
12
hours.
hours.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah.
That's good. I don't need to sleep anyway.
Yeah, nice. Okay. Okay, thanks everyone for watching, for this short reveal. I hope you liked it. And yeah, we see you next time. And bye bye.
Bye bye.